The Chicago Bulls end up on the right side of a blowout victory for the first time this season in a win over the Washington Wizards. We're going to talk about all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Hayes, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this dub for today. The Chicago Bulls get a victory over the Washington Wizards, 138-105. This was a game in which the Chicago Bulls won every single quarter. Well, they tied the second quarter. They didn't lose a single quarter in this game. They won 138-105. Zach LaVine gets his fifth straight 30-point game. And this is the longest stretch of his career. And he's only the third player, I believe they said, to do that in Chicago Bulls history. Shout out to Zach LaVine, who goes 14 of 21 in this game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal in this game. And the thing that's important for Zach LaVine, especially when he has this level of output, only 1 turnover from Zach LaVine in this game. And overall, that's one of the biggest stories in this game as well. The way that the Chicago Bulls took care of handling or protecting the ball in the second half of this game. First half, they had more turnovers than the Washington Wizards, but they ended up turning that around and barely even turning the ball over at all in the second half of the game. When you look at the second half, the Bulls had 4 total turnovers in the second half of this game. Again, cutting it down by almost half from the first half of this game. And that's what you needed to see from the Bulls. And, you know, this was one of those victories where it was never in question. The Bulls had the lead for 46 minutes in this game. And that's really important for this Bulls team. And let me be clear here. This is a win over the Washington Wizards. It should be nothing that we like herald or that we celebrate or anything like that. But it's just the fact that the Bulls took care of business. That's the state that this team is. We've not seen this team take care of business like this against an opponent that's supposed to be inferior to them really all season long, right? We've seen them get wins against teams that are supposed to be better than, for sure. But in this fashion, I should say, to be able to just come in here and take care of business, we don't really see that from the Bulls. They shot the ball 55% from the field, 46% from three-point range. They did take 49 threes in this game. They hit 23 of them. But the thing that's most important in this game, at least to me, especially in how I look at the Chicago Bulls, is the 39 assists in this game. The Chicago Bulls created 98 points in this game off assist alone. That's how you play as a team. That's the point of playing with the faster pace. It's not just to run down the court and jack up more threes, but the point of it is to move the ball around from your opposition and to attack from a lot of different areas. And that's what the Bulls did today, right? You saw Zach LaVine get crazy dunks. Julian Phillips got crazy dunks. Buzelis had a crazy dunk in this game as well. That's how this team needs to perform. If the Bulls are going to want to beat and try to make the play-in or whatever else it is, the only way that they're going to be able to do that is by taking care of the bottom feeders. And that's what the Bulls did today. They took care of an inferior opponent and they got the job done, right? They got the job done. Now, is it something that's like this amazing performance? No, I'm not going to try to sit here and sell y'all on this being some type of marquee performance by the Chicago Bulls, because really, in all honesty, it's not. But it is a win that the Bulls should have gotten in this type of fashion if they want to be a team that's trying to compete for a postseason appearance, regardless if that's playoffs or play-in. You need to take care of opponents like this, and the Bulls just don't do it consistently. But outside of Zach LaVine, it also was a big night for Josh Giddey. 5 of 11 from the field, 12 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals in this game. Only 1 turnover from Josh Giddey as well. Coby didn't have the type of scoring performance that I thought he would have coming into this game. He still does score 15 points on 12 shots, going 5 of 15 from the field, 3 of 9 from three-point range. Notice that number. Let's keep a track of that number. When most of his shots come from 3, he's never really an effective player. But I don't want to harp it on that. We got a victory today. I'm not going to stick on anything negative, but that is something that I'm gonna dig into the weeds, much like I did Patrick Williams' defense on that and see what the relation is to effective games for Coby based off the volume of 3-pointers, because I would not be surprised if there's some correlation between those two. But he has 15 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists in this game, 1 block, 4 turnovers from Coby White. Vooch finishes with 23 and 13 and 6, 1 block as well from him. Patrick Williams finishes the game with 2 points. But outside of that, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals in this one. Listen, is it a great game from Patrick Williams? No. But you know what this was? This was a solid game as far as the activity standpoint from Patrick Williams. And again, the way that I view Patrick Williams from now on is a role player. And if you have a role player that's able to give you 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and you know, yes, you would want to see him shoot the ball more effectively. He was 1 of 8 from the field, but I'm not going to knock him. 19 minutes played by Patrick Williams today. And one of the reasons why P. Will only played 19 minutes is because THT was balling today. We got a good THT game and a good Lonzo Ball game as well, as both those guys had 12 points each in this game. Lonzo chipping in 6 assists, 3 steals as well, and a rebound in that. THT giving you 3 rebounds, 2 assists in that game to go with his 12 points. 15 from Jalen Smith, even though Jalen didn't play in the second half of this game, mainly because he knocked knees with the player. So it's unfortunate. Well, he did play in the second half of this game. He played 10 minutes in the second half of this game. And then you also got 8 points from Buzelis in this game as well, and mainly garbage time. But he did play 15 minutes in this game as well. 13 minutes from Julian Phillips. So there you go on that one. But overall, I'll say this is a solid game. The Bulls took care of business, right? And the thing that you look at in this game is the way that everybody was active. That's one thing that doesn't show up in the stat sheet. This was a game where everybody was moving. It seemed like this team was moving with intention. The moment that somebody got a rebound on the defensive side of the ball, they all went running down to the other side. That's really what you want to see. Activity, activity, activity. That's what you want to see from this team. Joe the Blacksmith said, yeah, Stacey and Adam pretty much confirmed my suspicion. They party to our New Year's, completely different team tonight. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to give them that. They played the fucking Wizards. That's what the difference was in this game. They played the Wizards. That's the biggest difference in this game. Stacey and Adam don't be with the players that much to know what they're doing in the New Year's night. I'm not giving them that caveat. They played the Wizards. That's the difference in tonight. You played the Wizards. When you play a team that's generationally bad on defense, you should look this way. You should look this way. When was the last time the Bulls won by this much? I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. But, you know, it is what it is. It's good to get it today. Good to see Modest shot fall for the first time in a couple of months tonight. Couple of months? Bro, a couple of months? Is that the first in a couple of months? There were only a couple of months into the season. He's been great defensively, but shot has been struggling for a while. Tonight it landed. Great to see. Look, I won't say that he's been great defensively, but he's been very active defensively. I F with the new intro. Thank you for that, Jay. We appreciate you on that one, brother. Great win. They should have looked like this last time they played the Wizards. Now let's look forward to Sunday. DeMar's going to come with a vengeance. Listen, and that Sacramento Kings has won 6 games in a row now, if I'm not mistaken. The coaching change is really, you hear that, teams? Hey, Bulls, you hear that? Coaching changes sometimes help your team win more basketball games. Sometimes that helps that. I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. I wonder, do this game make the organization feel like they should consider building around Zach? Well, they tried that. And here's the thing, though, right? Let's be clear here. It's against the Wizards. I'm just saying, again, the worst, a generationally bad defense. That's what this team is. They're one of the worst half-court defenses. They're one of the worst transition defenses. They're one of the worst teams guarding the three-point line. This is a generationally bad defense. So I'm just saying, you don't want to take wins like this and look too much at it. Should have done this last time we faced them, but good response back from everyone. But P. Will, we need to talk shit. Come on. P. Will was getting active with other things today, bro. Like, it's not always going to come down. It's not always going to come down, man. Great win, except for passive P, of course. Okay, here's the thing. Charles, is that how you pronounce it? It's still the fact of what happened. Yeah, see, this is the shit. Like, please don't make Petty Roosevelt come out tonight on a Bulls win because you want to try. I will put you on the Summer Jam screen. Watch yourself, okay? Listen, I've been very, very. People will tell you since 2025 started, I've let a lot go. Don't you come with no dumb shit today. I got coffee so I can be up because this game, it's been killing me. This whole week's been killing me. I will use every bit of drop of energy that's given by the Java gods to cook you, your mama, and your grandma's ovaries. Watch yourself, okay? Watch yourself. Y'all forget. I'm still Hayes, okay? Just keep that in mind. Don't let the New Year's resolution fool you on who I am, okay? I thought Coby was okay. Nothing spectacular, but not bad by any means. P. Will was awful. Zach Vooch and Giddy unreal. Zoe crushed it. Modest found his sound again. Great game all around. Listen, and the thing is really, and this isn't to have the conversation about should Modest play or start or anything like that. It's just the fact of what we've seen from Modest Buzelis. Modest is somebody who learns through their mistakes, and I mean that within the game. So when you pull Modest Buzelis and don't really let him have some time, it's gonna be a problem. So that's Modest Buzelis is somebody that I really think. Again, I'm not calling for him to get 20, 25 minutes per game, but I do think that Modest has shown that with more minutes, he's going to learn from his mistakes and he's going to find his way. That's my opinion. Bro, who is our enforcer? Not in the 90s way, but someone who gives us toughness on a daily basis. For us to turn the corner, I think we need someone like that. For us to turn the corner, we need better defense. We need rim protection. We need, more consistent. We need a lot. We can't be worrying about enforcers when we got so many things that we still need to just make a basketball team good. KC tweeted that Billy said Zach was trying to get Pat going during time. I told y'all. And I'm going to keep telling y'all the same thing. When you need somebody to keep motivating you, you just don't got it. You just don't got it if that's the case. It just is what it is. You just don't have it if that's the case. Like, it is what it is. We got to stop thinking that we can do an African rain dance enough to get Patrick Williams going. Patrick Williams is who he is offensively. Now, I do think that Patrick Williams has a damn high ceiling defensively. I personally think that, and I think that he's going to be a solid three-point shooter. You can make a whole entire career off that, a whole entire career of just being a solid defender, not even a lockdown defender, a solid defender and being able to hit the three-point shot at a decent enough rate. That is enough in the modern NBA to have a 8, 10, 12-year career. And that's right now where Patrick Williams is, and that's perfectly fine. It's unfortunate we drafted that at number 4 overall, but if we're talking about just for Patrick Williams and his career, it's fine. It's fine, right? And that was kind of the point of the video that I made the other day. It wasn't to like lambaste, Patrick Williams or anything, but it was just to say something, period, point blank. He's on pace to be a pretty good role player. That's what it is. He's on pace to have a pretty solid role player career. Patrick Williams is going to be Torrey Craig as of what we've seen right now. Does that mean that that is going to maintain and that's just going to be a ceiling? No, but when you look at it through the lens of right now where we are, Patrick Williams is on pace to be Torrey Craig. That's what he's on pace to be. So that's it. That's it. Maybe a month. Leave me alone. This season has felt very long with the up and down nature of it. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's been a very, very long season, man. The Bulls just bent through that corner of hoo-ha all through them Wizards. What? First of all, MC season. As an MC, that's the bar you decided. Why'd you go with that bar? That's of all the bars that you could have gone with. That's the bar you chose. Concerning. Very, very, very concerning, young man. I got like it's a little weird. A little weird, my boy. A little strange. I think P. Will was active, but he still made a significant amount of mistakes that were poor. I love Patrick. I want him to be great. I just don't think he was good. He was active though, right on like that, and that's the word to use it. Much like I called Billy Donovan in today's episode. I'm like, he's a functional coach. Patrick Williams was active, right? And he was active. That's it. He was active. It is what it is, man. Hayes might swerve, been that corner. First of all, Lloyd, I'm about to put you in timeout. Stop being weird, bro. Hayes got soft ever since he locked Petty Roosevelt in chat. No, I mean, listen, the one thing that I'll say about this, bro, the one thing that I'll say about this, all jokes aside, is that listen, as we're trying to elevate the show, right? I can't be sitting here talking about everybody's mama, but I do need everybody to realize that the jokes are still there, right? They're still there. It's still there. Pete Will so bad Hayes has to give him credit for tying his shoes. Listen, he dropped a double on knots, bro. A not double. A not double, bro. A not double. Got to give him credit for that. You don't draft role players at number 4. Unfortunately, you do. Go and look at the history of number 4 overall picks. Most of them a lot of them don't make the NBA. Most of them turn into role players. I get that we have this mindset of what a top 5 pick should be, but it very rarely, if you actually go and look at it, at the number of players that actually end up turning into stars, it actually typically comes lower in the draft, right? Whether that's pressure, whether that's whatever. Not to say that people upwards in the draft don't, but typical number 4 picks, go and look at it. I did the research myself. Go and look at it. A lot of role players come from at number 4 overall. A lot of them do. P. Will should just not have been a 4th pick, and I'll just let that go. Listen, but it is what it is. It is what it is, right? Edwin, I hear you, fam, but his death is not as popping. How much would it have hurt you to say defense? How much would it have hurt you to write defense or poppin? P-O-P-I-N, P-O-P-P-I-N? Like how much would that have hurt you? How much time did you save typing in Ebonics? Really, Edwin, let me just ask you that question. How much time did you really save in that? Right? I really just want to know. It's okay to spell. I swear to you. The hood ain't not going all of a sudden turn on you for spelling correctly on a YouTube channel. They not going to take your car, bro. You still big GD. Like, what we doing? His defense is not as popping as what you make it. Bro, what are you talking about? Go and look at the video I did yesterday. I literally completely killed him on defense. What are you talking about? So not only did you just waste my time spelling like my 4-year-old nephew, on top of that, you just what are you Edwin? Come on, bro. Your parents named you Edwin. There should be a monochrome of intelligence that comes with that. Just a little bit. That's just a little bit. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Is P. Will a bigger version of Matisse Thybulle? No, I think he still has more upside than that. I bet any kind of money De'Aaron Fox gonna make he play Sunday against. Not you too, Jeremy. What the fuck? Make he play? Make he play. You type that out, Jeremy. We both 38 years old. You typed that out, and that was cool. Well, come on, Hayes. I'm high, bro. Plus, you know that type. Hey, bro. I'm just fucking with you, Edwin. I'm just messing with you, Edwin. Hayes, defense is the key to this team's development. Giddey missed a few switches, but good overall. Yeah, listen to this team with a mediocre middle of the pack defense would probably be 3-4 games above 500. Facts. 3-4 games above 500. Last 10 number 4 picks: Castle, Amen Thompson, Keegan Murray, Scotty Barnes, P. Will, DeAndre Hunter, JJJ, Josh Jackson. That's Josh. You know, Josh Jackson. I remember I really thought Josh Jackson was going to be good. Dragon Bender, and Porzingis. That's actually a nice mixed bag. Even if P. Will is not what I thought, hey, the rest of the team is awesome, especially Lonzo making a comeback. I feel that. My guy, that's why I watch your show, bro. I feel you. I'm high, bro. This type of shit is well. You know I love you, bro. You know, Edwin, you are legitimately one of the OGs here. So I'm glad you didn't take any offense to that. So for those that don't know, if this is your first time watching the channel, which I don't know why it would be, for my people, my OGs who've been here a while, you're gonna see me crack harsher jokes on them because they understand, and usually they give me shit back. So there you go. For sometimes the more sensitive people that come in here that are fresh, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe he's cursing. Oh my God. Like, just chill out. Just chill out, man. We have fun in here. Everything ain't gotta be so stuffy, man. I heard Zoe is going all out after All-Star break. His confidence will settle in greatly. Hey, I hope that Lonzo completely kills it this season, this entire season. I hope that it just builds and builds and builds and builds until it crescendos. I really hope that, because listen, Lonzo's been through so much. He's been through so much, man. They must have learned from Shea. That is hilarious. Hayes, what do you mean elevate the show? What you up to? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just know anything that I'm taking all y'all with me. That's all I can tell y'all. Y'all may not know what's going on. It's a company with 4 letters that I'm talking to about doing some shit. That's gonna be an emotional game having DeMar back in Chicago. DeMar's so good and such a good dude. DeMar is a really good dude. He's a really good dude. That's a fact. So I don't think you steam cook Pat, but what if he was at the 3, Zach back at the 2, and Smith at the 4? Well, the problem with that is, and Montrez mentioned that in the comment section today. But here's the thing: like, I don't think anything. The problem with P. Will isn't the position he plays; it's his mentality, right? So I don't think a lot changes for P. Will at the 3. But just for the nature of the conversation, let's say somehow moving P. Will to the 3 unlocks something in P. Will. Let's just say that it does. Unfortunately, you can't really play Jalen at the 4 because you have no other backup big. So and even if Patrick Williams, who is your best center defender on the roster so far this year, if you have him and Jalen Smith both in there at the 3 and the 4, then at who's the backup 5? You're either playing Torrey Craig as a small ball 5, Julian Phillips as a small ball 5. And I know somebody's gonna say, well, you can call Adama Sanogo. Billy Donovan ain't doing that, right? That would be a valid thing. And I mean, it's still a valid thought, but we got to still be in the realm of realism. Billy Donovan isn't doing that, right? So at that point, then you're putting yourself at a deficit with a little bit of size you do have on the roster. That's why roster construction does mean a lot, right? So I mean, theoretically, I see what you're getting at. And I wouldn't mind. Maybe we see it in some games, maybe we see it on some possessions or whatever. But Billy Donovan just hasn't shown a propensity to really do that a lot, right? This is my first time on the channel. I find it super offensive. Please do it again. That is hilarious. That's funny. Sunday's going to be an interesting game, to say the least. Hope we can pull it off. Go Bulls. Listen, pull it off or pull it out. I mean, I don't know what else to say to you. If you're from Chicago, you're going to hear a much harder things than Hayes cursing you out or flaming you. Listen, bro, everybody doesn't understand what the city is, bro. Everybody doesn't understand what the city is, man. Peace, good brother. Peace and blessings from New York. I'd rather take Joakim Noah right now. If anybody tells you they'd rather have Patrick Williams over Joakim Noah, smack him. I'm being 100% honest with you. If you are in a basketball conversation with somebody talking about the game of basketball, and somebody says, I'd rather have Patrick Williams than Joakim Noah, this is what I need you to do. This needs to be the exact process, right? Follow me here. I need everybody locked in with me real quick. If you are talking to somebody and they with a straight face tell you, I would rather have Patrick Williams on my team than Joakim Noah. This is the process. You right? And then shoot the motherfucker. Shoot him right in their face. Don't waste no time fighting him. Don't exert no energy throwing punches. Shoot the motherfucker. If somebody is really telling you with a straight face in the year of our Lord 2025 with the air that Oprah Winfrey decided to breathe into the universe, that they would rather have Patrick Williams than Joakim Noah, shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot them. Shoot them. That's it. Just shoot him. Shoot the motherfucker. I still crack up at your Petty Roosevelt video when they stood Pat at the trade deadline 2 years ago and lost to Brooklyn, who lost 2 superstars. Oh my God. That is one. You know, there are some games, both good and bad, some reactions, both good and bad, that will live in infamy. And that game, oh my God. I was so pissed off that game. It was ridiculous, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hayes is replacing. No. What are you talking about? It's, clearly, if anybody's going to be replacing Joy Taylor, it's going to be the other sloppiest bottom in the world, and that's Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry will replace Joy Taylor and that's Fox Sports. It's not ESPN. But that would literally be Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry would be on there because he's the only other person who will literally take men, no matter the. Never mind. Let me stop this joke before the NAACP comes at me. Let me stop. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up for a second. Hayes, I thought Shay's New Year resolution was to make friends with the English language. He was off to a good. He started off real good. Oh, that's a huge slap in the face. Pat over Noah. Possibly he's not the greatest 5 in Bulls history. No one had more energy, tenacity than Noah, bro. No question. And I was high. Damn. Listen, that definitely does ruin the high. Shoot him. Joy Taylor, Dwight Howard, and Tyler Perry. Now that's a podcast that should happen. That room stinks. That's a wet, funny smelling room is all I can tell you on that one. Very, very, very. The smell in that mug is atrocious. Can I say something sensible? Pat's foot injury commonly takes a year plus to heal, according to my podiatrist at Northwestern. So it might not be alarming for him to take a bit of a step back. And like I said before, all right, I hope that that's right. I really hope that that's right. And we'll see what happens. Brock said, "LOL." I think the question is Pat and current day Noah. Still, I take Taj over P. Will. Hell, I take Marcus for no. That's crazy. But I will listen. A prime Taj Gibson on this team. Could you imagine prime Taj Gibson next to Nikola Vucevic? I take that all day long. All jokes aside, all day long. Prime Taj Gibson. Listen, I'm going to say this. If you replace Jalen Smith and one of the guards, let's pick one of the guards that we can replace. It's actually in the rotation. Let's say you replace Jalen Smith and THT with Taj Gibson and Joakim Noah. This team is going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I firmly believe that. Hell, if you replace we got if Lonzo's healthy, then I was about to say Kirk Heinrich, but if Lonzo's healthy, I think Lonzo, you're good with Lonzo. But if you can add a prime Taj Gibson and Joakim Noah to this team with Coby, even with Josh Giddey, with Coby, with Giddey, with Zach, that's what it is. Take away P. Will, take away Jalen Smith. Replace P. Will and Jalen Smith with Taj Gibson and Joakim Noah. This is an Eastern Conference finalist team. Coached by Tom Thibodeau. You gotta coach it by Tom Thibodeau. You gotta coach it with Tom Thibodeau. Oh my God, you just said George Taylor is the sloppiest bottom in the world. I'm not even kidding. My mom's name is George Taylor. I'm not your mama. Clearly not your mama. I apologize. Clearly not your mama. That's crazy. That is funny. Hayes, if you can figure out how to edit your videos in Espanol voiceovers, bro, that's a market untapped for your video. Listen, I can do it. The AI can do it. I'm not doing that. Listen, I'm telling y'all right now. In the year 2024, me solo, not even counting what I did with what I've done with like Locked on Bulls with Pat, what I did with C-Dub and Bobby. If you count just the videos that only Hayes was on in the year 2024, we're talking about almost 2,000 videos in 365 days. I'm not adding no more to my workload. Nothing. I love y'all. I truly do. But almost 2,000 videos from one person in a singular year, I'm good on that. And like I said, that's not even counting Bleacher Report. That's not even counting because I do Bleacher Report. That's not even counting the collab videos with C-Dub and Bobby over on Chicago Bears Central when we're all together on an episode. That's not counting the episodes I've done with Steve-O on Chicago Sky Central or Big Kev on NBA Central. If you're talking about just the videos I've done solo by my lone self, we're talking about 2,000 videos in a year. There's nobody working as hard as me. It's just, it's not there. It's not there. But yeah, El Hayes Deporte El Gusta El Nombre. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't expect Io to be himself once he's back right away to it. May even be slow process to his speed and his number one asset and a bad calf. I don't know though. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a reason for that. I miss your vids with Pat. Is he all good? You guys spat straight fire together. Good times. Yeah, Pat's wife just had their son. I think she went home today. Their son has to stay. Let me not spill Pat's business, so let me shut up there. But I believe his wife came home today, if I'm not mistaken. So prayers up to Pat. Having another baby. That's the reason why he left Locked on Bulls. Pat is one of the hardest working people in this business, period, man. Only 2,000. That's rookie numbers, man. Time to up that workload to at least 3,000. No, I'm good on that. Bulls are outpacing themselves for a strong second half playoff run. We'll see. Listen, I'm not letting a win over the Wizards all of a sudden make me be like, oh, the Bulls are pushing for a playoff run. Listen, you got to do it more consistently. For me personally, I mean, everybody's entitled to how they feel about it. I'm just saying for my own personal feelings, I'm not going to let myself get caught up in that hype. That's why to me, you will always be the James Brown of YouTube. That is hilarious. That's funny. Past 2,000 videos in a year and you'll be an OnlyFans. That is crazy. That's wild. You don't know what the George Taylor scandal is doing to me. There are sentences you just never want to hear. Your mom was full. Hey, listen, it is what it is. So Io's been out with the bad calf. Didn't know that. Been kind of hard to watch them. Some games I catch, but not many working so late. Hope he comes back. Yeah. And the thing with for Edwin, the thing with calf injuries is they can turn into Achilles injuries. And you know how serious that is. So that's why they're being very, very precautious with Io DeSumo and his return and not trying to push him too far too quick. Because if that turns into Achilles injury, then at that point, we're not talking about him missing some games. We're talking about him maybe missing the rest of the season. So, it's, but I do think that they'll listen. He'll be back when he's ready to be back, and they should not rush him for any time. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Until they get above 500, wouldn't suggest y'all get carried. Exactly. Like get above 500 and stay. Here's the thing, because the Bulls have gotten to 500 before. Get to 500 and stay above 500 for 5 to 6 games. If you can do that, Okay, then I may start changing my tune on the team. The thing that is sort of annoying is if teams that weren't underperforming like the 76ers, we wouldn't need to talk about missing our pick. That's a big fact, right? The 76ers who lost today, the Bulls now have a 2-game lead over the 76ers. But yeah, hardest working man in Bulls coverage is Hayes. Nobody's matching that output. Hey, listen, it's ridiculous, bro. It's honestly ridiculous. 2,000 divided by 365 equals approximately 5.4 videos a day. That's pretty accurate. So when you think about it this way, right? So this is what I do daily. I'm just gonna walk you. People have been asking, like, what's your process? So I wake up in the morning, 6:30 every day, right? In the morning. I wake up, make sure my kids are up, they're getting ready for school. I literally wake up, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, I come downstairs, I come down to the studio, I start preparing. Keep in mind, I don't pre-prep. I don't do stuff the night before for the episode because I want to make sure everything is fresh. Because I do a daily episode, I want to make sure everything is fresh, right? So then I start crafting the episode. By then, usually it's around 7. By the time I got everything together, I got my thoughts, ideas together, I got what I'm gonna do. Go upstairs, make sure my daughter before she gets to school is ready to go, whatever. Come back down here, I'll record the episode. Chicago Bulls Central is usually 20 to 25 minutes. Same thing with Chicago Bears Central. I do Chicago Bulls Central. I edit Chicago Bulls Central, the video. I export it in Premiere Pro. While it's exporting, I'm starting getting the topic list together for Bears Central. Once Chicago Bulls Central is done exporting, I upload it. Luckily, I have 2 gig internet, so it uploads in like 4 minutes. I upload it, make the over that time, I'm making the thumbnail. Now I'm writing articles every single day. I'm getting that together. I'm getting the social media content together for the release. Once it's uploaded, I've already worked on the titles for Bears Central. I sit down, I do Chicago Bears Central. Same process then with Bears Central. Edit, post, make thumbnails, make graphics. Good, I'm done, right? Then I start my actual job. I get about 2 hours into my actual 9 to 5 job. Then around the time that starts slowing down, I stop. I do Locked On Bulls. I then usually do an NBA Central vid. And then on my lunch break, I do Locked On NBA every single day, right? And then if it's a game night, that means I'm doing a pregame, a postgame, and a halftime show during a game night. If there's news, I'm doing a news video, right? That's my process. That's what I do every single day for 1,315 days, every single day. I'm a process person, right? Like if I was a serial killer, I'd be Dexter. I'm a process. I have to go through the process. Once I get a routine, I can make anything happen. But you got to have a routine. So it just really gets ridiculous, man. It really gets ridiculous. But hey, it's a labor of love. I'm doing it. I'm doing what I dreamed of doing for a living, and I can't be mad at it. Also, big is up to you, OG, for the extreme hustle. Over 2,000 vid. Now that's what's up. The content always be on time and on point. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So wait, you have a 9 to 5 gig on top of your shows? Wow, a 9 to 5 job with everything that I do. So when y'all see me when during the off season when the Chicago Bulls sign somebody at 2 p.m., I'm taking a break from work to come do that. Like oh, and then on top of all of that, one thing that I forgot, y'all forgot, I'm a solo parent. I'm raising these kids by myself. Now, I'm not saying that their mom isn't involved at all, but their mom lives 400 miles away. So it's me and these kids. So in between all of that, I'm cooking dinner. I'm checking homework. I'm getting stuff together. I'm going grocery shopping. I'm cooking. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day is all I'm saying. Everybody has the same 24 hours. I just use mine better. Like that's just all it is. So, it is what it is. 18-20. I wasn't expecting that record at this point in the season. Got a lock for team progress before All-Star break. I mean, listen, the Bulls right now, let me check it. I just want to make sure. I like to make sure before I give numbers, it's correct. 47. The Bulls are on a 38 win pace right now, 38 and a half win pace. That's about what they did last year, right? We had 39 wins last year. So as of right now, we're on a pace to finish at the same record we did last year. Take that for what you will. Only used to watch Jamal's Bulls Central, but hey, so consistent with his videos, I had no choice but to watch. Come to find out, this motherfucker is hilarious and actually knows the game. Listen, and I love Jamal. Like, I love what Jamal does. Y'all have never heard me say anything bad about Jamal. I love what Jamal does. We have two very different ways of covering the team. Very different. Jamal is a very technical person, right? Like I know that Jamal probably looks like I'm passionate. But now, don't get me wrong. I like I did in the Patrick Williams video. I'm very analytical. I get into the weeds of analytics, all that type of stuff. But like, it comes from a place. Like, I have to be me, right? And Jamal has to be him. And not even to say that it compares, because we're two very different people that just love the same team. But yeah, it's just a little different. It's just a little different. Damn, Hayes, do you sleep? A little bit, about 4 to 5 hours a day. About 4 to 5 hours a day. Hayes, you most definitely need to get married, bro, because that is too much to do on a daily basis. That's crazy, man. That's wild. Hayes, you should just do a video of getting to know you besides all the sports stuff, like a Q&A. So here's the thing with me with that, right? Like, I have to have a separation between church and state. Like, it took, and people will tell you this, it took almost 3 years of me doing this channel before I allowed my son to be seen, right? And that's not because, like, I think anything crazy is going to happen, but I like to have that separation, right? But now y'all see Alan almost every night that I stream. Alan pops up some shape, form, or fashion, right? And that came via me getting to a place of being open with that, right? But there's still a little bit of it to where I still have to separate Hayes from Cordero, right? That's my actual name. I have to leave some separation between that. For my own peace, if that makes sense. So nothing against y'all, but it's just a little separation created to maintain peace, right? And I hope that y'all respect that. I hope that y'all don't take that personally, like I'm saying something's wrong with y'all or anything like that. Like, that's never it. Like there are people here who do know a lot about my life, like, right? There are people in this chat who know a lot about my actual life, but it's just that little bit of separation between things is just kind of, separation between church and state, man. We're almost halfway point. When we get to 3-4, that's when we start to see things shape in terms of standings and position. Agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Hayes, I hope you get Loki. Listen, that Loki is an asshole, bro. He's an asshole. All right, y'all. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do got to get ready to go do Locked On NBA because we got to recap all the games tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are the best part of the channel. Make sure you guys are following the channel at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that's thanks to you lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.